Give me 8 minutes, and I'll force you to commit to a skill that looks small, but changes your entire social life.
Stop running from small talk and start using it as a bridge. This isn't a cute little lecture. It's practice.
If you treat small talk like a waste of time, you're not protecting depth. You're cutting off the path that leads to it. And I already know your favorite excuse. I like deep conversation.
Okay, honestly, how do you think deep conversation shows up? Does it fall from the sky? Does it appear out of nowhere like magic? No. It's born from the shallow. One dumb comment, a hey with no pressure, a tiny observation that says, you think small talk is the boring opening band, but without an opening band, there's no show. You can't jump straight to what pain shaped you. That's not depth, that's invasion.
And a lot of the time, it's anxiety disguised as authenticity. Here's the real problem nobody wants to admit. Most people are checked out. Not spiritually, not energetically, just checked out in the world. Phone, earbuds, empty eyes. So you conclude, nobody connects anymore. But connection didn't die. Presence did. Presence became a luxury item.
Try a simple test. 2 minutes. No drama. No theory. And observe. You'll notice things that were always there, and you kept ignoring.
Someone checking the time over and over, like they're trying to escape. Someone's foot bouncing non-stop. Someone holding a cup way too tight. Someone with a smile that switches on and off. A backpack covered in a childish keychain on a full-grown adult.
A book so beat up you can tell it's been loved.
Shoes so clean they don't match the I don't care about appearances story. And here's the skill that changes the whole game. Active observation.
Active observation is a decision. For a few minutes, you treat the person in front of you as your brain's priority.
It's not reading auras, not guessing trauma. It's noticing real details, like a calm detective's. And it's powerful because people don't need an interviewer. They need a human.
A simple observation does 3 things. Breaks the ice without pressure, shows attention without forced intimacy. Now pay attention, because you're going to recognize yourself here.
Most people think starting a conversation means asking questions. And they start wrong.
Heavy questions feel like work. They look polite, but they make people perform, like you just turned a spotlight on them. Instead, use observations. Observation is an invitation, not a demand.
Not, what are you reading? But, that book looks like it's been a lot of places. Not, what do you do for work? But, you look like you've had a long day. Not, do you even like that coffee? But, that whipped cream looks like a bad day disguised as dessert. See? You didn't force anyone to explain themselves. You tossed a human hook. If they bite, great. If not, you move on. You don't need to be charismatic. You don't need to be funny. You don't need to be brilliant. You just need to notice.
That takes the spotlight off you. You stop policing yourself. Do I look weird? And you start getting curious. Let's get real, because pretty theory with no practice is just entertainment.
Cafe. They've got a beat-up book. You say, that book looks like it survived a war. Party. Strange food. You go, this looks like it was assembled in a panic.
Duck tie, wild socks, a pin, a stickered laptop. You say, okay, I need the story behind that. Someone with spotless sneakers. You say, those shoes are cleaner than my conscience. Dog in line. You say, your dog has more self-control than I would in this situation. Here's the secret. You're not inventing a topic. The topic is already there. You just pointed at it. But you overestimate how much people are judging you. Most people are too busy thinking about themselves. That's not insulting, it's freeing. Everyone's trapped in their own movie. You're not taking the stage, you're making a quick cameo. Sometimes they don't respond. They smile and go back to their world. So what? You didn't lose anything. You weren't humiliated. You offered an opportunity.
Now I'm gonna pull your ear, because if I don't, you'll turn this into a nice tip you clap for and never use.
You say you want connection, but do you practice presence or do you practice escape? You can't complain about loneliness while training your brain to numb out all day.
You can't say, nobody talks to anybody while your body is too busy to look at anybody. This is the difference between a goal and a system. Goals look nice. Systems change you.
Goal, I'll be better at conversation. System, one active observation every day outside. Goal, I'll be more social. System, every time you're in a line, phone away for 2 minutes. Goal, I want deep connections. System, 3 times a week, start.
And then comes the grind nobody want, the discomfort at the start.
At first, you'll feel stiff. You'll overthink. You'll rehearse. You'll cringe. And you'll do it anyway. Because skill isn't born when you feel confident. It's born when you act without confidence.
This isn't becoming an extrovert. It isn't becoming a clown. It's becoming present.
For introverts, this is gold. The issue isn't hating people. It's hating superficiality. But small talk isn't superficial when you're attentive. The shallow is the first layer. Depth. Even coffee's expensive can become a window into someone's life if you actually notice. Active observation requires real interest, even for 5 minutes. You don't have to love them. Even traffic today can signal stress, routine, exhaustion, story.
When it's genuine, it turns into a game. You start walking around like someone who can actually see.
And the funny part is, conversations start deepening by themselves. You didn't force depth. You just...
Now, practical challenge. No philosophy. Next time you're in a line, cafe, market, pharmacy, do this. Phone away for 2 minutes. Second, pick one thing to notice. Clothes, an object, posture, one small detail. Third, make one short, light comment. One that doesn't require an answer. Fourth, watch what happens.
Worst case, they don't bite and you keep living your life. Nothing breaks.
Best case, you just created a connection that didn't exist 5 seconds ago. This isn't about being brilliant. It's about being awake. The world is full of people waiting to be seen, and very few people willing to truly look.
Today you can be the exception, or you can keep wanting connection while practicing distraction.
The choice isn't dramatic. It's small, just like small talk. And that's exactly why it works.